Welcome back, everybody, to Ashes 2063. This is Map 1, Outskirts. This is the first true mission. This is the first mission after the tutorial, which we saw in the previous episode. So, here we're just getting through the map. Get a bit of junk on the way. And up ahead here, we can see sort of our first tantalizing glimpse of some armor. So right through there is a full suit of leather armor. That's going to get us up to 100. We're at 6 right now, so we're going to want to get that. Now we can get that right now by shooting those explosive barrels. That's going to break open part of the wall and basically allow us to get in here. That is going to cause a lot of noise, however, so I'm going to choose to be a little bit more deliberate as I go through. We're going to head up here. Looking to the left, we can see a bunch of those armor scraps that we saw in the tutorial. Now, I don't want to pick those up yet because we're about to get our armor to 100, and these will allow us to get past that 100 value. And up here we see our first human enemies of the game, really. In the tutorial, you're just fighting mutants. Now, these guys, of course, we could shoot them, but the game has a little bit of a stealth mechanic in the sense that if you take them out quietly with like a melee weapon, before they shoot, you can avoid alerting the whole room. So let's try to do that. Let's see if we can be fast with our knife. Okay, good. That doesn't always go well. But one of these guys dropped heavy bullets. The other one has dropped a new weapon type for us. And this is the 9mm auto loader. A very handy little gun. Feels great to play with. I think it'll hold 16 rounds, and it is very fast. So this will get off a lot of shots at once. It is less accurate than the revolver and has kind of less effective range because of that. And it does a little bit less damage too. But it is very handy. Now, I like the revolver because I'm a slow kind of player. So we'll kind of have this out, and we'll see. Looking right ahead, there are a couple of bad guys down there, but they're not really noticing us. So let's go back. Let's cause some trouble, actually. Let's go ahead and shoot at those tanks. We can get them through here. All right, that took out some enemies right there. All right, and you can hear them in the distance, but straight ahead is a couple of guys who are not really alerted yet, so we're able to take all of them out. Awesome. Okay, there's some trouble. There's some bug dogs. Now, I think I can handle them if they come at me sort of around a corner like this. I'm not sure if that's the only enemy type, though. Okay, there's one right there. Okay. Alright, let's go up quick. Nope, okay. Very easy for me to miss. Alright. Alright, I think that might be all of the human enemies, but let's see. Nope, one more. Okay, good. Now, I've been told on good authority that this game does not really have hit detection. In other words, it doesn't matter where you hit them. You're going to see me trying for headshots anyway, because that really feels like that's the way to do it. It really feels responsive to headshots. So I'm going to try to take that guy out. Okay, maybe not. Nope. I think what it is that when I get a headshot and it works, I just, associate it with that. Okay, here we are in the secret area. Here's the junk, and here is the leather armor. So our armor is now at 100, and we can see a bit of a foreshadowing of a weapon type we're going to encounter in a couple of missions from now. This is the machine pistol. That's a ways off, though. So let's go grab some of this food. See if there's anyone else we can take care of. Yeah, okay, those headshots aren't really dropping them like I thought they would. Fair enough. So the weapon, the damage is, I guess, kind of randomized. And so you might think you're landing headshots and that's why they're dropping fast, but sometimes a regular hit to the body will do the same thing, apparently. I don't know. I guess that's supposedly the way it works, but there's a part of me that just refuses to believe it. So I'm going to aim for faces. Okay, so we're in an establishment known as War Mart. I don't think we see any signage for it just yet, but some of these are references to other games. I'm not sure what this is. Is this Quake or something? I was playing different stuff in the 90s. I was playing Wolfenstein 3D and Thief. All right, but there's Rockwell, Westinghouse. What else we got? There's nothing here worth dying for. And that's the employees only door, which we can't open yet. And then Red Alert Pyrotechnics. So there's a couple of guys in here. We can't actually get at them yet. But we can get through here. Now this is going to be tough because it's kind of a lot going on. I do have a bomb. Alright, I don't think I've ever done this before. Let's try it. Oh, jeez. Ah, it's total failure. Total failure. Alright. Looks like he's fighting one of the pit fiends. So you can have a bit of infighting here. Just like in Doom. Which is very handy. Oh. Alright, that could have gone a little better. But I don't think we're quite done here either. What I was hoping was that I could throw the bomb and it would land somewhere in this vicinity to blow up these explosive tanks. But yes, this is the War Mart building. What does this say? Ammo, knives, grenades. And we can see a truck with the War Mart insignia over here too. There's great design on these. And this looks like the gang has maybe repurposed some of these trucks and is kind of getting stuff out of here. Maybe loading them up. Alright, a bit of junk here and here. And let's see if there's any more guys in this room. Okay, I guess not. This door is still inaccessible. And some more shotgun shells. Well, we're gonna find a use for these here. Because we've got a couple of buttons we can press. This slides up this door, which gets us the pump action shotgun. So, beautiful weapon. Very strong. And this is gonna open... Oh, I guess that opens the employee door. Okay, so now we can get in there more easily. To get in through here, we're going to need a blue access card, so we'll have to go on to find it. This shotgun is one of the few weapons, I guess, in the first game anyway, that has an alternate fire. So the left mouse button, does a shot. The right mouse button does this this attack, which usually is enough to take somebody out, actually. It's pretty strong. It's kind of like the knife in terms of strength. Yeah, we've got some range rules here. I can't really read those. Alright. Coming up, there's a lot of enemies in this area. Those guys with the red are using the shotguns. And they're a little tougher sometimes. But they definitely hit hard. Okay, so we've got sort of a boardroom here. Vultures Rule. So this must be the name of their gang. Get some more ammo. And nothing in the box. Alright, let's reload the shotgun. I do love the reload animations and the sound for all these guns.
That's where you go.
Alright, we've got another sort of a nod to some of the influences here. Max, so Mad Max, obviously. Pliskin from Escape from New York. Eli, that would be from the Book of Eli. Alright. But around this desk, we can find a button to another secret area. More junk, healing, and this is the 9mm ammo, the light bullets, with another Doom poster. Now that we've got that blue key card, we can get in here. So some more junk, and the painkillers to get us to 100 again, and we've got this thing, a radio.
This old radio's got to be worth something. You know, I just need to find my ride.
Alright, so your character does talk occasionally.
Find you.
Okay. So here we have a bit of a choice. That's obviously the way on, but we can get up there into that vent. Let's go through here for a bit. We'll kind of get things started and then check out the upside. Okay, so there's some armor and there's some food right in front of me. And there is another enemy right there, but he's facing the other direction. And right here we've got other enemies as well as some of these canisters. Let's shoot these.
Find you. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Okay, is that all of them down low? I think it is. Okay, I think that's all of them. So yeah, let's grab some of this ammo. Okay, that really was all of them. All right, we'll get the rest of that later. I want to get back up to 100 health, so we'll go and pick up this, and then we can go through these secret doors. Yeah, if we go to the right and then to the left, we can see that we're actually going to have to do this twice. Going all the way around that ledge will bring us into that little passage. We'll do that first. But you can see from here that there's another way down there. So we'll have to do this a couple of times to get all the secrets. But these levels are very well designed. It's a very tight sort of play area, but a lot of stuff just hidden around. So we got some food down here and another unfortunate person. This is a regen stim. So that goes into our inventory, which again the square brackets allow us to access. We've got one of these, and these work over time, so you just sort of hit yourself with it, and over the course of about a minute you heal something like 2 points continuously, so it's nice for a longer fight. Alright, let's go through here, and now we're back. So yeah, let's go all the way back around and up again. You see, we're really not too far from anything, so it doesn't make it super tedious. Okay, and we want to do this not because it's a secret, but because this is the only way to get to those heavy bullets and that food. You can't really get up to them from here. Okay, but with this armor scrap, now we are back up at 100 armor as well as health. And we want to get up into that room where those raiders were shooting at us too. This just allows us to access this area again if we wanted to go back. So we can grab the ladder, hop over here, and then try to get through the window. Alright. Work's no excuse for being late. Loser, I'm glad... Or war is no excuse. I'm glad you're dead. Alright. And a bunch of armor. So we're looking pretty good. We're back up above 100 in both. You'll notice that the crosshair subtly changes color the more health you have over 100, and maybe armor factors into that too. But it goes from being green to being more of a sort of a tealish color. Alright, let's try to save the shotgun ammo. think there's a person around here. Let's see. Nice. Alright, can we do that again? Yeah. That knife is really strong, but of course you gotta nerve yourself up a little bit to get close enough to use it. Alright, we turn this switch, and we're gonna turn on the bullet farm. Alright, that gets us 3 thingies of heavy ammo. And I think that's everything we need to do. We've killed all the monsters, we've found all the secrets. We can now head into the exterior. But there is another item that we can get if we hop up onto the top here. So up here... and we just dropped on the junk. Alright. Back out, and down there is our motorcycle, and when we get there, our mission will end. But I always love getting a nice look at the beautiful skyboxes in this game, too. They did such a good job on that. Alright, that should be Outskirts cleared. So 100% kills, items, and secrets. We took our sweet time, but that's what we like to do. So I hope you enjoyed. Let's jump into the next one, because I think we get a bit of a description with some art as well. With my prize secured, I made my escape. Another worthless trinket in hand, yet another vow to myself to get myself out of this business for good. It won't be difficult to get this old radio working. I know a trader who might be willing to do it for me, maybe even pay to take it off my hands. Of course, nothing's ever that easy. My ride is running low on gas, and the closest place I'll find any is deep in gang territory. I'll wait for nightfall before I go in. Maybe I'll have a tinker with this radio. Alright. Awesome. So we click this and we're going to start. Here's our camp. What's this?
What was all that about?
So, we're tinkering with the radio and a broadcast was heard. So we're going to start here in the next mission, which is map 2, the Boneyard. This trick here is to find some gasoline, maybe find out a little bit more about that mysterious radio signal. So I hope you join me for that. Take care until then.